Animes like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan show us these insane, superhuman people surviving, fighting, and doing things no other humans could possibly do. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going over some anime I can survive. I'll be giving you guys my strategy, my game plan, my thought process, and obviously some of the ones that I can't survive. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. First up, we got the Titans from Attack on Titan. While they might resemble nude humans at first glance, these creatures are anything but human. They're giant, man-eating monsters. Most are deformed.
What the hell is even that?
With huge heads, tiny limbs, or sometimes both. And their mouths? Straight up Joker-looking with rows of sharp teeth. Titans range from 2 to 15 meters tall. That's from the height of your average NBA player to the size of a skyscraper. Now, you'd think that being this big would make them slow and heavy. Nope, their bodies are incredibly light, meaning they can move fast. They don't feel pain, and as long as the sun's shining, they'll hunt you down like it's a sport. And here's the kicker, they don't even need to eat humans. They don't get anything from it. They just do it for fun. All Titans can regenerate and have immortality abilities. Slice them up, shoot them, doesn't matter. They'll just heal. The only way to kill a Titan is by slicing a spot on the back of their neck, exactly 1 meter long and 10 centimeters wide. Why? I don't know, don't ask me. Abnormals are like regular Titans, but they retain some of their human intelligence. They can think, and some even communicate. So you're not just fighting a mindless creature anymore. Good luck with that sword. And if you think that's bad, let's talk about the 9 Titans. Humans who inherit them can transform at will and keep their human intelligence.
What the hell no?
These Titans have special abilities that set them apart. First up, the Colossus Titan, massive, standing 60 meters tall. Its transformation causes a huge explosion, and it can release extreme heat to stop anyone from getting close. Next, the Armored Titan, covered in armor-like skin, nearly indestructible and perfect for battle. The Attack Titan, relentless in its pursuit of freedom. It can see both past and future inheritors' memories, which means it can predict the future. The Female Titan, fast, versatile, and deadly in close combat. It can harden its skin, scream to attract other Titans, and even absorb abilities, though that's limited. The Beast Titan, animal-like in appearance and a long-range combat expert. Some inheritors can even control pure Titans. Then we've got the Jaw Titan, small, fast, and deadly. Its bite can crush almost anything, making it perfect for quick, hit-and-run attacks. Next, the Founding Titan. This one's the most powerful of them all. It can control other Titans, alter Eldian biology, and manipulate memories. The Cart Titan. It's all about endurance and speed. This Titan can carry equipment and troops for long periods and is critical for Marley's military strategies. Finally, the Warhammer Titan. It can create weapons from hardened Titan flesh and even fight remotely, meaning its user doesn't have to be in the Titan body. Yeah, after all that, I'm definitely cooked. Whether it's regular Titans, abnormals, or the 9 Titans, I'm not surviving this. But don't worry, I'll definitely beat the next one. I mean, it's only... Meet Light Yagami. He's a 17-year-old, brilliant high school student with a strong sense of justice. One day, he finds a black notebook lying in the school courtyard. It's called the Death Note, and it's not just any notebook, it's a deadly weapon. This Death Note, dropped by a Shinigami named Ryuk, holds the power to kill anyone whose name is written inside it, as long as the writer knows their face. Skeptical at first, Light decides to test its power, and when he realizes it works, his view of the world completely changes. Driven by his disdain for society's corruption, Light begins using the Death Note to eliminate criminals. Believing he's destined to create a perfect world, he adopts the alias Kira and sets out on a mission to cleanse society. But with each name he writes, Light's vision of justice warps further. What started as an attempt to rid the world of crime becomes a ruthless obsession with power. As Light's actions start making headlines, they attract the attention of L, a mysterious detective known for solving impossible cases. L is determined to bring Kira to justice, setting off an intense game of cat and mouse. With every move L makes, Light becomes more calculating, more dangerous, and more willing to do whatever it takes to win. Light's mission, which began with an idealistic vision of justice, has now become a relentless pursuit of control and power, revealing the true depths of his character. As Kira, he's ruthless, calculating, and will stop at nothing to become the god of his new world. So, knowing all of this, how would I survive Death Note? The strategy is simple. Just stay a well-behaved, law-abiding citizen. With no criminal record, you stay out of Kira's reach. No crimes means no spotlight, and that's how you stay off Kira's radar. It might sound too easy, but sometimes the best survival tactic is simply not to give Kira a reason to know your name. The story of Future Diary revolves around Yukiteru Amano, a lonely and introverted teenager who spends his days jotting down mundane observations in his phone diary. His life takes a surreal turn when he discovers that his imaginary friend, Deus Ex Machina, is real, a god of time and space preparing to choose his successor as he approaches death. Deus creates a deadly survival game involving 12 participants, each granted a future diary that predicts the future in a way tailored to their personality and habits. The contestants range from a terrorist to a cult leader, a pair of lovers, and even an orphan caretaker. The rules of the game are simple. Kill the other participants until only one remains. Destroying someone's diary kills them. The last survivor becomes the new god of time and space. The main character, Yukiteru Amano, holder of the future diary that works as you'd think every other diary holder would work, is an outstanding leader. Total He is your typical spineless wimp, borderline disgusting even, a kid who would stay behind the sidelines and let the guard dog handle everything as he runs away shamelessly. The hero, ladies and gentlemen. From having no friends to even recording what he does daily on his phone pre-future diary, he is the definition of an unlikable main lead. One would or should never root for him. Underdog traits or not, his actions are hardly redeemable. He's easily fooled countless times and develops at the pace of paint drying on the wall, a wall that is told to pretend his character development. He remains the same way until he is told to act like a badass and forget about being a total wimp until later on, but he's my best friend compared to the lead female character. Yuno Gasai is what makes this anime supremely entertaining and utterly batshit insane. This is an Arkham Asylum of a lead character. I honestly believe she'd give the Joker a run for his money. She is insane and a major threat to the cast by herself and a catalyst for the series' plot and character development. She is hopelessly obsessed with Yukiteru, calling herself his future bride, so she's your classic case of stalker too, but to disturbing lengths. She even goes as far to kidnap Yukiteru.
What the hell no!
Keeping him tied up, all the while prancing around in her underwear. She is a character that indiscriminately kills anything in her way. She's commonly categorized as a yandere-type character. She's a damn psychopath with an endless thirst for blood in sheep's clothing. Now, if I were dropped into this deadly game, here's how I'd survive. Spoiler, it's all about strategy, manipulation, and keeping a low profile. Step 1. Understand my diary. My diary would be the routine diary, predicting mundane details of my daily life up to 24 hours ahead. At first, it seems underwhelming with entries like 9:15 a.m. coffee spills near desk, but here's the secret. It's all about anticipation. If it warns me of danger, like a bomb or an encounter with another player, I can act before it happens. Step 2. Stay hidden. In the early stages of the game, staying invisible is key. When players like 9th, Minene Uryu, start bombing public areas, my diary might warn me, 12:20 p.m., bomb explodes nearby. Instead of confronting her, I'd quietly change my route and avoid detection. No fights, no risks. Step 3. Relocate to a safe hideout. To minimize encounters, I'd relocate to a rural hideout. A secluded cabin with fortified defenses and traps would give me time to study the other players and plan my moves. This isolation reduces the chances of being ambushed. Step 4. Exploit alliances. Partnerships can be powerful, but they come with risks. I'd team up with 4th, Keigo Kurusu, a police officer with access to resources and information. By sharing intel from my diary, I'd gain his protection while keeping an eye out for his inevitable betrayal. And then there's Yuno. Her obsession with Yukiteru could work in my favor. I'd align myself with Yukiteru, ensuring Yuno sees me as harmless. By feeding her valuable warnings like other players' plans, I'd keep her wrath aimed elsewhere. Step 5. outsmarting opponents. When it comes to direct threats, it's all about using my diary to anticipate their moves and setting traps to gain the upper hand. Against 9th, Menina Uryu. She's a terrorist with a penchant for explosives. By observing her patterns and luring her into my fortified hideout, I could disorient her with traps like collapsing shelves or smoke bombs. Then I'd call 4th for backup to finish her off. Against 5th, Risuke Huju. Don't let his innocent face fool you. This kid is lethal. I'd use his overconfidence against him, swapping his diary with a fake. When his predictions fail, he'd fall victim to his own traps. Step 6. Sabotage Yuno's plans. As the game progresses, Yuno's secret, she's from a previous timeline, becomes critical. Instead of confronting her head-on, I'd plant seeds of doubt in Yukateru's mind. Revealing her manipulations would weaken their bond and give me an edge to dismantle her plans. The end game, outsmarting the system. My ultimate strategy? Beat the game itself. Here's how. Exploit Deus's weakness. By observing Deus and his assistant Murmur, I'd figure out that the game isn't just about choosing a successor, it's about stabilizing the timeline. This insight gives me leverage to challenge the system. Fake my death. My diary would let me predict Yuno's moves, allowing me to fake my death with a convincing decoy. Believing I'm out of the game, Yuno would lower her guard, giving me the chance to destroy her diary in a surprise move. Convince Yukateru to rebel. With Yuno eliminated, I'd align with Yukateru. Together, we'd confront Deus and expose the flaws in the death game. The goal, end the cycle of violence and chaos entirely. The final outcome. Instead of claiming godhood, I'd request Deus to rebuild the world without the death game. My survival strategy hinges on avoiding conflict, using alliances wisely, and outsmarting both gods and killers. The result? Returning to an ordinary life, remembered as the underdog who outwitted a god.